Thousands of companies are showing off their latest products at a tech event that touts itself as the most influential in the world. And it certainly is a lot of fun.
It is. I've covered it twice. I can tell you that it is like a theme park for tech heads, you know? It's like everything you could imagine. It's a 4-day-long consumer electronics show. 2023's kicks off today in Las Vegas, and exhibitors range from the biggest names in tech to startups. This year's show is also a welcome return to normalcy. It was completely virtual back in 2021 and, of course, suffered a significant drop in attendance last year due to the pandemic.
Joining us now for more on this is Victoria Song. She's a reviewer for the technology news website, The Verge. Victoria, there are tons of new products that are being highlighted at CES in 2023, including 2 related to healthcare that we understand are turning heads. Tell us about them.
Yeah, so one of the things is a pair of $99 hearing aids from Jabra, and that's quite interesting because the FDA recently created a new category of over-the-counter hearing aids, and $99 is much more affordable than the average $4,000 that a person would pay for a prescription pair of hearing aids. The thing is that this is a very new category, and we have to see where the dust settles on everything. So this is a $99 pair of hearing aids, but Jabra also says they're planning on coming out with self-fitting hearing aids, and that's a slightly different category. So I really do think we're going to see a lot of innovation in the hearables category and some confusion to go along with that. And then the other really interesting thing we've seen is from Withings, and it is called their U-Scan, and it is an at-home urinary testing lab. So you basically put a device in your toilet and you urinate on it, and it'll be able to tell you different things about your health. Like, there are 2 cartridges. One is for women's monthly cycles, and it can predict when you're going to ovulate, or just general things that women would like to know about their own personal reproductive cycle. And then there's also a nutrition-based cartridge that will kind of help you gauge whether your blood pH is correct or whether you're taking in too much sugar versus protein. So it's a really interesting concept because, generally for urinary tests, you have to send out to a lab. This is just something that you can do at home.
I imagine all the people who love to diagnose themselves on Google, and I am guilty of that, will love that additional technology.
Victoria, what you brought up is really fascinating because these are health-related advancements, which I think is interesting. I wish I was witnessing you there on the CES floor, I must say. It's great to see your apartment here in New York. That's very cozy. But tell us about some of the more frivolous bits of technology that are being released. You wrote an article for The Verge about some makeup gadgets. You know what? Why do I call them frivolous? This is very important to a lot of people.
Errol cares very much.
Why did I characterize it? This was unveiled by L'Oreal, but speak to us about these advancements. Why are they worthy of your attention?
So, you might not think about it, but L'Oreal actually invests a lot in technology, and they've come out with some really interesting gadgets over the years. But this year they have one product called Brow Magic, which is effectively like an eyebrow printer. You just wave it over your eyebrow after choosing a look for yourself in the app that has an AR component. It'll just print your brow perfectly for you. Just one swipe.
Victoria, what are you telling us right now? There is an eyebrow printer at CES?
Yes. I got a demo of it. It is pretty impressive. And then, the other aspect is that they're also coming out with a prototype called Hapta. And what that is it's an accessible lipstick applicator for people who may not have hand mobility or limited.
Oh, I like that. Very cool.
Yeah, it's actually based on an existing technology that stabilizes utensils for people with hand tremors. And it's really cool because makeup is something that a lot of us use as a form of self-confidence and self-expression. And we kind of take for granted as able-bodied people that, others with limb differences may not be able to partake in such a daily, everyday thing.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see them do that.
And
then,
that can have so many applications, not just for lipstick, but for anything.
Not everybody has to wear makeup, but to have the ability for anybody to be able to express themselves that way, that's great. Let me also ask you, Victoria, about some of this notable electricity-powered products that are being highlighted. They include cars and something I'm even more interested in, skates. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so Atmosphere has a pair of electric powered skates. And, this is kind of continuing a trend that we've seen with electric scooters and the move towards EVs. And why not a pair of skates? Like, you can just go zoom, which is pretty fun if you think about it. It's also a way to commute and kind of get your recreation in it. And it's interesting because it comes with a battery pack in the back. So, we're just getting everything smart in terms of wearable forms of transportation. So we'll have to see how that pans out. I believe they're available for pre-order, but I'm interested and slightly scared.
I would try those. I would try those out.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Would you wear those?
You spend less energy and you get around. I'd try them out for sure. Victoria, you got to try out some of these things, right? You got to look at them and feel them and all that.
Well, I'm covering remotely, but I did get a bunch of demos for like the L'Oreal products and the Withings product, which, that is something to wrap your head around, just peeing on a gadget. So,
well, Victoria, next time you've got an eyebrow printer and you're looking for a friend to help you try it out, give me a ring.
Victoria Song, great to chat with you. Thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.